So good afternoon, and welcome to Roger Williams University School of Law's 2024 commencement ceremony. We are so pleased to be with you here on this exciting day. So to our graduates, these beautiful people sitting in front of me, you woke up this morning as students, but by the end of this ceremony, in just an hour, you're going to be lawyers. You will be members of the legal profession, and my law school colleagues and I are so very proud of you. We're proud of you because being a lawyer is a noble way to live a life. You can do great things as a lawyer, and that's why my colleagues and I have dedicated our careers to legal education. We want to help you and others join and succeed in this noble profession. We're also proud of you because law school is hard. It is stressful, but you have done it. So now you are armed with knowledge and skills that you have developed while in law school, and you have the ability to be true change makers as you help your clients and your communities. And I want you to think back to about 33 months ago, the first day of orientation. I told a story about spilling my chili dog on the dean's shoes when I was a UNL student. I'm not going to retell that one here. But what I am going to remind you of is that I told you in room 283, I asked you to look to your left and your right. And I said, you're looking at your future colleagues. Today, you are not looking at your future colleagues. You're looking at your new colleagues. So I want you to be very proud of yourselves and each other. You have earned this. Now, one mark of a great law school is having a great board of directors to help lead us. And our law school certainly has a great board of directors. And our board of directors is chaired by the Honorable Brian Stern, who serves as an associate justice on the Rhode Island Superior Court. Judge Stern also serves on the university's board of trustees. So Judge Stern, thank you for being here today. Please come to the podium and make a few remarks.
Thank you very much, Dean Bowman. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Law School, I want to extend our sincere congratulations to each and every one of you graduating today. I can't believe it's actually the 30-year anniversary of the law school. Many of you were not born 30 years ago. But to give you an idea of the differences between then and now, just a couple of anecdotes. 30 years ago, the iPhone wasn't out yet. There was no social media. There was a student at Harvard coming up with this thing called Facebook, but not much else. There was Lexis in its first generation, but really couldn't use legal research. In fact, you had to go to the library and to the stacks to look things up. In fact, something called shepherdizing was something we did all the time. Looking at numerous books, cross-referencing them, coming up with an answer, and then we remember we didn't look at the pocket part. I mean, it was a whole different. And we didn't have laptops. There were some computers, but pretty much as lawyers, you would dictate your letters into this thing called a dictaphone and give it to your assistant to type and then go back and forth with changes. And finally, the word Zoom back 30 years ago meant a television show on PBS, as some of you may remember. Now we fast forward to now. Most of you grew up with iPhones and iPads probably in your crib It's been part of your lives for the past 20 some odd years. You can access it from anywhere, including apps on your phone. If you write a memo or a brief, and you wouldn't do it for a law school assignment, but there are things called Grammarly and other things that tell you right away if you make a mistake. And now we have this thing called generative AI that all of us are trying to deal with. My point here is not only what a huge difference has been over 30 years, but also the fact that this class is in a wonderful position to take on some of these challenges going forward. Many of the attorneys that graduated 30 years ago, they were trained on paper files and maybe some computers and going into the stacks. You've learned all through your lives about computers and electronics, and it's really going to put you in a great position going forward, whether you're a public defender, whether you're at a private law firm, or something in between. So I'm really excited about the class, 30th year. And again, on behalf of the Board of Directors, I want to wish all of you and your families much success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge. We appreciate you being here with us today. Each year, Roger Williams University awards the President's Core Values Medallion to students who best exemplify the core values of our university. And this year, not one, but two remarkable law students have been selected for this honor. Stephanie Fisher and Brittany Ortiz, would you please stand to be recognized? And I want to tell you something about each of these outstanding graduates. Stephanie Fisher has been described as dedicated, talented, driven, organized. And these words fit her well. From her very first day in law school, she has striven for excellence, and she certainly has achieved it, and she has helped others do the same. Some of Stephanie's accomplishments during law school include the following. She is valedictorian of her law school class. She served as editor-in-chief of our law school's Law Review. She served as the lead teaching and learning fellow for our law school's academic excellence program. She served as a writing center teaching assistant, and she served as a faculty teaching assistant for 8, count them, 8 doctrinal courses, including our required Race and the Foundations of American Law course. During law school, Stephanie also completed a year-long clerkship with the Honorable Bruce Selya of the United States Court of Appeals for the First Circuit. She currently is enrolled in a master's program alongside her JD studies because you don't have enough to do. And she will graduate from that master's program in June. Her greatest contribution during her time at our law school, however, has been how she has used her dedication and success to help teach and empower other law students and to enrich the Roger Williams University School of Law community. So Stephanie, thank you for all that you have accomplished and for the many ways you have supported our law school. Brittany Ortiz. I didn't even need to say anything else. I just need to say Brittany Ortiz. She is being recognized today for her transformational power for all students. During her time at our law school, Brittany served as a teaching assistant, and in that role, she supported her student peers in their legal writing work. Brittany's leadership and dedication to academic excellence are further exemplified by her role as a research assistant for Professor Jared Goldstein and his work to represent indigent clients and protect their constitutional rights under the 8th Amendment. And beyond her academic achievements, Brittany has been an active participant in various extracurricular activities at the law school. As the champion of the American Bar Association's Diversity First Amendment Moot Court Competition, national champion, She beat some student from a law school named Harvard or something. And as a competitor in the Admiralty Moot Court competition, she showcased her legal acumen and her advocacy skills on a national stage. Brittany's student leadership roles further demonstrate her commitment to fostering inclusivity and promoting social justice. During law school, Brittany served as the honored board chair, served as president of our law school's softball team, the Cohogs. Go Cohogs. Served as vice president of the LGBTQ+ Alliance student group, and served as the treasurer of the Animal Legal Defense Club. Brittany further distinguished herself through her professional accomplishments, including an internship at the New York Attorney General's office, and because of her exceptional performance in that role, Brittany will return to that office for a 2-year fellowship after graduation. So Brittany, thank you for your hard work and your success in the many ways that you have supported our law school. We also want to recognize and celebrate 2 of our faculty members who have been recognized this year for their outstanding teaching. Professor Monica Teixeira de Souza was selected, that's right, selected as Faculty Member of the Year by this year's graduating class. And Professor John Barelick received the university's Excellence in Teaching Award for his outstanding teaching. Professor Teixeira de Souza and Barelick, please stand. Thank you both for your commitment to our students and for your outstanding teaching. But they're not the only ones at the law school who are outstanding. We have a dedicated, hardworking faculty and staff. Would all faculty and staff members please stand and be recognized? And let me just say something I've said early and often, but I mean from the bottom of my heart, I'm so proud to be your colleague. So, some of you were with us this morning at the plenary commencement ceremony. The University and School of Law were fortunate to have awarded honorary degrees, including to 2 very special members of the legal profession, namely, the Honorable William Smith, a judge on the United States District Court for the District of Rhode Island, who for many years served on our university's Board of Trustees, as well as on our law school's Board of Directors, including as board chair. And the Honorable Anita Earls, an Associate Justice on the North Carolina Supreme Court, who is one of our country's leading advocates for civil rights and social justice. Judge Smith and Justice Earls, please stand. Thank you both for your enormous contributions over the years to the legal profession and for your work to promote the rule of law and justice for all. So, Justice Earls is also our commencement speaker today. Justice Earls, would you please join me at the podium? We are so pleased to have you with us here today. Justice Earls is a steadfast advocate for civil rights and social justice. Throughout her career, she has dedicated herself to championing equity, fairness, and access to justice for all. Currently, she serves as an Associate Justice on the North Carolina Supreme Court, where she has written opinions on matters including privacy, racial justice, and defamation. She also has emerged as a leading advocate for reform for freedom of speech. In 2020, North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper appointed Justice Earls as a co-chair of the state's Task Force for Racial Equity in Criminal Justice. Prior to her service on the bench, Justice Earls founded and served as executive director of the Southern Coalition for Social Justice. And in that role, Justice Earls played a leading part in groundbreaking legal battles that have reshaped our understanding of voting rights, racial and economic justice, and equitable access to education. Justice Earls has also served as the Deputy Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights at the U.S. Department of Justice. Her commitment to social justice is exemplified by her tireless efforts in leading and litigating significant cases that have had a profound impact on marginalized communities. Her work on cases such as North Carolina State Conference of the NAACP versus McCrory has been instrumental in challenging discriminatory voter suppression laws and ensuring that every citizen's right to vote is protected and upheld. A graduate of Yale Law School, Justice Earls understands how law can be used to bring about positive change, to dismantle systemic barriers to minority voting rights, and to advocate for policies that promote inclusivity and equity. Among her many accolades, Justice Earls has been honored with the Thurgood Marshall Award from the North Carolina Advocates for Justice and has been recognized as a woman of justice by North Carolina Lawyers Weekly. And on top of all of this, Justice Earls has become an international example of the importance of judicial independence and freedom of speech. In February of this year, the United Nations Special Rapporteur on the Independence of Judges and Lawyers voiced strong support for Justice Earls and for the right of judges, such as Justice Earls, to make candid observations about the legal system and how racial and gender biases can and do get in the way of both the rule of law and equal justice. She will tell you more about how she faced censure for speaking her mind, for speaking the truth. So I will let her tell the story, and I will limit myself to saying that in today's polarized times, you have emerged as a beacon and a defender of the highest ideals of justice and inclusion upon which our country was founded. So, Justice Earls, you are a trailblazer and a role model for all of us and for aspiring lawyers committed to making a difference. Your dedication to social justice and freedom of expression aligns directly with our law school's mission. You've worked to make our country a better, more just, more inclusive place. We're proud and grateful to welcome you here as our guest and speaker today.
Good afternoon. Dean Bowman, distinguished guests, and may it please all assembled here, thank you for allowing me the honor of speaking to you today. And I'll tell you that you really do begin to value your rights when you feel they're being taken away from you. So it is with genuine gratitude that I have this opportunity to speak to you. And of course, the most important thing I want to say is congratulations to the Roger Williams University School of Law class of 2024. This is a bright and beautiful day. You have much to celebrate. I hope that you all experience the joy of appreciating what you have achieved and savor the sweet anticipation of what lies ahead. And I don't mean the bar exam. I mean getting to finally realize your dreams. In the 3 years of your law school journey, you have emerged from the challenges of a global pandemic. And I am reliably informed your class has supremely lived up to the school's motto of change makers with a social justice mission. Indeed, you have made lasting, valuable contributions to the law school, leaving it better than it was when you arrived. That doesn't always happen. It wasn't inevitable. You rightly should feel proud of all you have done, the way in which you have made things better for those who will now follow in your footsteps. You are a beacon of light for all who will endeavor to live up to the high standards that you have set. Collectively, your example of working for meaningful change has reminded me that defending justice is a team sport. Everyone has a role to play, whether as the captain who inspires their teammates to do more than they ever believed they could possibly do, the bench warmer who comes in at the crucial moment to save the day, or the water boy who keeps everyone hydrated. If anyone fails to appreciate the vital importance of their role, the team will fail. I want to tell you about two of my clients who illustrate this and who have inspired me. And I'll tell you, you can't be a lawyer who brings great cases unless you have great clients. So let me tell you about two of them. But first, I want to thank you for having the courage to invite me to speak today. I tried to play my part in defending justice last year when I answered a reporter's questions about racial and gender equity in the North Carolina judicial system. As a result, I was subjected to an ethics investigation by our Judicial Standards Commission and the threat of potential disciplinary actions up to and including being permanently removed from the bench. A year ago, I didn't know if I would still be a judge. It was only after state and national voices came to my defense that the investigations were dismissed. I know very well that I had a strong team of committed advocates from across the country standing shoulder to shoulder with me, and that I could have not survived professionally without them. I learned in a very direct and personal way that we live in a time when we can no longer be silent or complacent about injustice. I am so impressed by your well thought out and vitally important strategic planning for diversity and inclusion, your course offering on race and the foundation of American law, and your Institute for Race and the Law. Things are very different in North Carolina, where the General Assembly eliminated UNC Law School's Center for Civil Rights several years ago, and the state now is in the process of banning all diversity, equity, and inclusion programs throughout the entire UNC system. This will result in the elimination of some 100 staff positions across the state, and students fear it may mean an end to African American studies programs entirely. In addition, last year, our court discontinued its internal equity committee and dismantled the court's commission on fairness and equity. My point here is that your work is so vitally needed, not only for the judicial system and jurisprudence of this state, but also because it has important implications for the entire country. It is a beacon of light we so desperately need, joining the leadership of many state judicial systems willing to continue these efforts makes a real difference for all of us. Events on college and university campuses this spring have once again dramatically brought to our attention how conflicts around the world matter to us, and that all our fates are interrelated. As you begin your legal careers, your clients will depend on you from day one to bring your best selves to bear upon the issues that matter to them. This is another kind of interconnectedness. Rosanelle Eaton and Alberta Curry are two of my clients whose experiences greatly impacted me. They were the kind of clients that made me think, yes, this is why I went to law school. Both strong black women who came of age before the passage of the 1965 Voting Rights Act. They had very different roles on the team defending democracy, and we needed both of them. Rosanelle Eaton marched up the steps of the courthouse in her rural North Carolina county when she turned 21, and in response to the white men who asked her what she wanted, she told them she was there to register to vote. They told her she would need to recite the preamble to the Constitution. She proceeded to do just that. Having passed their literacy test, they had to let her register. And from that day on, she made it her mission to register as many new voters as possible in her community, often going door to door across the county on foot, registering people and getting out the vote. Her personal safety was threatened at times, and she made many sacrifices to pursue her passion for democracy. And so what do I mean by that? Let me give you just one little example. Her courage and her dedication came to the attention of President Obama. He had his staff call her up to invite her to the White House for an event honoring her. When they reached her at home, she picked up the phone, and when they told her what they wanted, she said, "I'm sorry, we're having an election coming up. I can't do that." So she hung up the phone. Well, fortunately, they called back. A family member had answered the phone, and after the election, after she'd gotten the vote out, she did go and have her visit to the White House. But I just want to share with you that this was work that was central to her heart and her passion for democracy. As a plaintiff in federal court litigation in 2013, challenging North Carolina's monster vote suppression law, she traveled to federal court every day of the 3-week trial to watch the proceedings, a case that led to the Fourth Circuit concluding that North Carolina's General Assembly had discriminated against black voters with surgical precision. In contrast, Alberta Curry, the named plaintiff in state court litigation challenging the same voter ID law, she never thought of herself as a community activist. She was born at home, without a birth certificate, but always voted in person on election day because it was the one day when she could feel that her voice counted the same as everyone else's. This woman, who had picked cotton and cropped tobacco for a living while raising 2 daughters, did not have a valid photo ID. She was willing to step up to the plate to explain to defense attorneys grilling her in a deposition why voting mattered to her and why her costly efforts to try to get an ID had not been successful. So whether you are embarking on a public interest law career, a commitment like that of Rosanelle Eaton, or like Alberta Curry, you respond to the call to join the fray when the need arises and your circumstances permit. You have a vital role to play. I'm here to tell you congratulations and to encourage your celebration, but I'm also here to suggest that you can do more than you right now might believe you can do. This is a stunning moment in our legal history, and I want to quote Justice Todd Edens of the Hawaii Supreme Court, who put it this way, quote, "It's absolutely astounding that originalism revives the value judgments of a racist, misogynistic, homophobic society and constrains the value judgments of contemporary judges. You're talking about times when human beings enslaved other human beings, when women were just an appendage of their husbands and had no contractual rights and no property rights." I'll stop there. He goes on, but I'll stop there. Because of the challenges we face together throughout the country, we obviously need each one of you on the team. You absolutely must continue to take care of yourself, to find joy in your work, follow your passion, and do what makes you excited to get up in the morning, even if it's not what makes the most money or seems to be what people expect of you. You must continue to take care of each other. How you treat your colleagues and your clients makes a huge difference. Younger, aspiring lawyers need your mentorship, and you have skills and tools that make you a gatekeeper to opportunity. But you can do more than persevere. You can do more than thrive. Your responsibilities are even greater. You must figure out how to serve the cause of equal justice under law, because defending justice is a team sport. In that regard, I have 2 requests. First, in your legal careers, ask yourself, whose interests am I advancing? As our Code of Professional Responsibility makes clear, everybody practicing law, whether corporate counsel, government, private practice, a lawyer is always working for a client. You might feel like it's your case to win or lose, but it is always your client's case. In a fundamental sense, your career is not about what you accomplish for yourself, but what you enable your clients to achieve. If you remember to keep your focus on the bigger question of whose interests you're serving, you'll serve justice. If you give voice to those who otherwise do not have a voice, you'll be making a unique contribution that no one else can make. Second, never underestimate your power to make a difference. This really starts day one. You don't have to have 5 years of practice or make partner or have a fancy title. You already have the tools, the talents, the passion, and the commitment to advance the law. Nelson Mandela explained it best, and he said, quote, "Our worst fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us." So I say, be wary of the possibility that you will fear your greatness and therefore shrink from letting your voice be heard. Know that hate will only win if good people stand by and do nothing. There will be times in your career when your silence may seem like the safe thing, but it will never save you. Stand up, speak out, let your light shine, and courageously live up to the oath of office you will take as an attorney to uphold the Constitution. Consciously think about how you can advance the principle of equal justice under law. Pursue that unique contribution that you have to make. Our future depends on you. Thank you.
Thank you, Justice Earls. Those are moving words indeed, and we appreciate you being here with us today. So, as I've said before, the valedictorian of the class of 2024 is Stephanie Fisher, and it is a pleasure to welcome her to the podium to say a few remarks.
Good afternoon to our faculty, our friends, our family, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. I will preface this with the admission that I truly and wholly hate public speaking, but since the last 3 years of law school did nothing if not push me entirely out of my comfort zone pretty much daily, it's only fitting that my law school career should end the same way. Today marks a monumental milestone for each of us as we gather here, decked out in our regalia and surrounded by our loved ones and our mentors. I've had the pleasure of getting to know so many of you these past few years, and the things that always amazed me about each of you had nothing to do with what you were accomplishing in law school, but everything to do with who you were outside of law school. So as we stand here about to begin our new professional lives where we will advocate, innovate, and maybe even legislate, I hope we pause and think, not just about our recent achievements, but about everything that brought us here to this point. During our time in law school, we've been tested in nearly countless ways. We've struggled to learn complex legal theories we knew nothing about. We spent long weeks preparing for exams we worried that we would fail. And we felt the weight of responsibility we carried not just for ourselves, but often for those around us. It's easy to think that these years here have defined us. But our worth is not measured in the grades we've achieved, or the journals we've published, or the competitions we've won. As we celebrate today all that we have done these past few years, let us also remember we are not solely defined by these moments. We are so much more than the sum of just these past 3 years. We are also every version of ourselves that we have ever been. We are the eager first-year students who walk through the doors of the school armed with aspirations and bogged down by fears. We are the volunteers who gave their time to causes we believed in, the friends who supported each other through life's many challenges, and the committed individuals who balanced our studies with personal responsibilities, managing our roles often as caregivers, parents, partners, employees, all while trying our best to keep pouring our hearts into hobbies and passions that make us who we are outside of law school. As we move forward, I hope we will all hold with us the knowledge that we will continue to evolve beyond this point, just as we've evolved up to this point. The versions of ourselves that we will become from here are just as important as the ones that we leave behind today. We will become experts, mentors, perhaps parents and partners, and likely so many other things we just can't even begin to contemplate yet. And each of those future versions of ourselves will carry with us a piece of today, a piece of this shared experience that has shaped us in some way. But what truly makes us wonderful, what truly defines us, is our capacity to be all these versions of ourselves without losing sight of our core self, without losing sight of who we were and who we still are without law school. Our integrity, our compassion, our courage, these are the qualities that transcend our roles and transcend our achievements here. They were with us long before law school, and they will be with us long after law school. So as we stand here ready to take our next steps, please promise to honor every past and every future version of yourself as much as you honor the person you are here today. Let our decisions be informed both by the wisdoms we've gained and the dreams that we're still chasing. And let us remember, no matter where we go or what we do, our true measure is never just in what we achieve, but in how we honor all the parts of ourselves, all the values, all the convictions, everything that gets us to where we are. So, congratulations, class of 2024. Here's to all the versions of ourselves, past, present, and future. May we always be proud not just of what we've accomplished, but of who we were, of who we are, and most importantly, who we are yet to become. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Stephanie, and congratulations to all of you again. So now, it is time for the main event. Will the degree candidates please rise? I am so pleased and proud to certify on behalf of the faculty of Roger Williams University School of Law that these candidates today are eligible for the degree of Juris Doctor or Master of Studies in Law. By virtue of the authority granted by the state of Rhode Island and delegated by the Board of Trustees of Roger Williams University and the law school's Board of Directors, I confer upon you the degree of Juris Doctor or Master of Studies in Law for which you have been recommended, with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations. And so now, that's right. Now we want to invite the graduates to come forward to the stage, if you would. Please take a seat and stay seated until your row is called. Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, Colleen Brown, will present each candidate, and we ask that the audience also remain seated while graduates walk across the stage. Thank you.
Stephanie D. Fisher, summa cum laude. Todd Derek Amaral, summa cum laude. Danielle Marie Brackett, cum laude. Linda Marie Cowan, summa cum laude. Timothy Brian Kaplan, magna cum laude. Thanks you. Leica Seitu. Aisha Ilola. Daniel Calabro, III. Nicole M. Snyder. Catherine McCorkle, magna cum laude. Mark William Tabala, Jr. Samantha Larkin, magna cum laude, Juris Doctor, Masters of Arts in Cybersecurity. Elizabeth D'Amelio, cum laude, Juris Doctor, Masters of Arts in Cybersecurity. Ryan L. Tremblatt. Martin R. Bencuso, cum laude. Nasima Winters. Lindsay Soraya Bazile. Megan Elizabeth Jackson. Taylor Alexis Baines. Dylan Thomas Shea. Brianna A. Hawley. Andrea Isabella Stalin. Jordan D. Farnsworth, cum laude. Andrew Varga. Emilio G. Santiago. Manuela Carmona, cum laude. Julia Alexandra Stern, magna cum laude. David Marks, magna cum laude. Brittany Brianna Ortiz. Kathleen Marie Baptista. Emily Frances Rodriguez Johnson, magna cum laude. Tyrone A. Ruales. Joshua Ben Victor Magnone. Kevin Truman Farmer. Sarah Lindsay Rudenberg, cum laude. Alyssa Elmida, magna cum laude. Anastasia Alexandra Velkov. Jakia Larnell Warren. Giovanni Amaya. Jonte Tyree McKenzie. Emily Hogan, cum laude. Alish Rose Cafferty. Samantha Lynn Gervasio, cum laude. William E. Canova III. Olivia Margaret Canizaro. Nicole Marie Pingree. Alexa Jordan Harrington. Emily Wright. Jake N. Rimmer. Colin Arthur Pavluk. James T. Wagner. Amy Elizabeth DeLong, cum laude. Olivia Joan Pellegrini. Keith LaFave, magna cum laude. Pia Piscatelli, magna cum laude. Romer Walter Cisneros, Esquire. Molly Ann Todd. Caitlin Hanan Garside. Jacqueline Henry. Stephen Alberto Fleites. Talia Kasaftis. Taylor Kasafis. Chandler K. Ballantyne. Jonathan Austin Sherritt. Colton Joseph Patrick Boyden, cum laude. Andrew Nadell Wash, magna cum laude, Juris Doctor, Masters of Marine Affairs. Daniel Adair. Rebecca Scout Grippo, cum laude. Nicole Ashley Hall. Julia Teresa Pierre, magna cum laude, Juris Doctor, Masters of Arts in Cybersecurity. Isabella Maria Colapiatro, magna cum laude. Alfred V. Aquavia II. Nicholas Alexander Salico, magna cum laude. Dylan C. Delario. Okay. Mackenzie L. Moore. Hannah Elizabeth Robinson. Victoria R. Anatellis. Andrea Zanos. Amanda Marie Caron. Jessica Veal, cum laude. Jordan Carpenter. William Lee Davis. Joseph P. Baxter, cum laude. Sophia Elise Byrne. Madeline Michelle Griffin. Abby Elena Mansolillo. Sophia Louise Dooley. Jessica Jamie Ann Erspalmer. Angela M. Amaral, magna cum laude. Kyle C. Walters. Joseph Chakif. Matthew Kavanaugh, summa cum laude. Madeline A. Fenderson, summa cum laude. Evan William Dandria, magna cum laude. Kyle T. Easton, magna cum laude. Cornelius Tyson, cum laude, Juris Doctor, Masters of Marine Affairs. Margaret E. Jacobs. Abigail Okedea Castillo. Joseph R. Garcia II, cum laude. David Nathaniel Phelan. Audie Wu. Michelle Sung Bay. No, that's okay. Melissa Caroline Ricci, cum laude. Jeffrey Matthew. Tristan Larson. Nana Ama Ankra, Esquire. Leonella Acevedo, Masters of Studies in Law. Anna Arakin. Gabrielle Angevin. Alicia Delaney. Chappelle Givens Millard. Ryan Mara. Amanda Rotimi, magna cum laude. Rochelle Lynn Klein. Anika Fenton. Mahalia Blythe. Isabel. Okay. Barika Pierre Louis. Vanessa Chiquinkara Almeida. Lopez Almeida. Thank you. Judd William Crasher, Esquire, cum laude. Hannah Jane Chilling. Jacqueline Alexa Martin, cum laude. Kylie Wickham. Jesse Manning. Shira Ruskin. Tyler Hawes, summa cum laude. Michaela Ann Conley, summa cum laude. Rebecca A. Costello, summa cum laude. Raffaello R. Manzo. Lawrence Kong Wang. Benjamin S. Wright. Ian Summers Douglas. Savannah Lee O'Neill. Mackenzie Owen. Christina Marie Campbell. Ginny Meacham. Savannah M. Casey. Christian Benjamin Jelinski, Juris Doctor, Masters of Arts in Cybersecurity. Mark Whedon, magna cum laude, Juris Doctor, Masters of Arts in Cybersecurity. Logan Fauché, magna cum laude. Miguel Eduardo Luisima. Robert Daniel. Victoria Erin McDonald. Alexis De Cruz. Emily Hughes. Hayden Shank. Darren James Scalacci. Edward Robert Lawson. Gabriella Dupuy, cum laude, Juris Doctor, Masters of Arts in Cybersecurity. Leonora Elaine Tripler, Esquire. Petros Stokadakis. Spencer Borden, cum laude. Christian Joseph Dean. Jack Ryan Feeney, cum laude. Maxwell Holland, cum laude. Rochelle Chandra. Daniel Starr Tambor, cum laude. Alita Lilia Wood. Catherine S. Kazarian, cum laude. Hillary L. Levy-Friedman, magna cum laude. Morgan L. Alger, Juris Doctor, Masters of Science in Criminal Justice. Abriana Tirado. Cassidy Tui. Victoria Levine. Ruth Cochio, magna cum laude. Andrew Blackstone Colton. Camilla C. Morel Burgess. Ishita Chakrabarti. Juris Doctor, Masters of Business Administration. Carolyn Majorana, cum laude. Hey, brother. And last but not least, Ian J. Kirkpatrick. Congratulations, the class of 2024.
How about that? So as we close our ceremony today, I want all of you, our new graduates, our new colleagues in the law, to know that we will miss you at the law school, but we will be watching as you do great things in Rhode Island, the region, the nation, and the world. You have enriched our lives by being at our school, and I mean this sincerely and deeply. You have helped make our school better. We are better because you are our graduates. My deepest wish for you is that I hope you lead careers and lives of great meaning. Be lawyers and leaders in the way that you see fit, and strive to make our world an ever better place. We know you will be change makers. We know you will do great things. You are ready. You leave here with our unwavering support. And although you are leaving, you will always be part of the Roger Williams University School of Law community. And we will celebrate as we watch you do amazing things as lawyers. For the members in the audience, thank you again for being here with us today. If you would, please remain seated until the platform party and then the graduates have filed out. And, speaking of parties, the party's not over. Please join us immediately following this ceremony at the law school building up the hill for a reception to celebrate our graduates and welcome them to the profession of law. Thank you very much.